I'm Cheryl Algie from Kerrang in Northern Victoria, and we're going to do a cute little, hi Sue, hi Denise, a cute little easel book fold card which I saw on Debbie Henderson's YouTube channel. So first I've got a piece of, I have it all written down here, but the post-its are going to fall off because it's warm here. So this is, I don't need my arm out, it's 11 inches, and she did hers, because she's in America, she did hers at 11 inches by 4.5 inches because they have different sized A4. Only America, of course, the rest of the world wear metric, but they're still boring, old-fashioned, and in inches. So I decided I would try with a half of our size A4. I've still cut it at 11 inches so that the scoring measurements I've kept the same, and it hasn't made a scrap of difference to my card. I've just had to adjust the lengths, that's all, and that's pretty easy. So that's 11 inches by 4 1/8, or 11 inches by, what's 4 1/8? Oh, it's a bit of a tricky, oh no, it's 10, is it 10 and a half? Where are we? 4 1/4. My brain's not working very well today. I'm so tired. You don't want to know that I'm tired though, do you? She did, what did she do? I'm doing 4 1/8. She did 4 1/4. So there's 4 1/4, there's 4 1/8 there. It's just a smidge before the 10 and a half. So we just do 4 1/4 and then you're good to go. Can you see? Probably not. See the end of my trimmer, because I like to use the bottom. I just need to push that up a bit, so that you can see what I'm doing down the bottom. So where's my measurements? Let's put that there in case you want to do that's going to blow everywhere and not stay down. So 2 1/8 we're scoring at 2 1/8. Just making sure I'm doing this right, because that's 2 1/2, 2 1/4, yeah, 2 1/8. Four 1/4. The next one's obvious. I've got to go up the top of my trimmer for that, because it's 5 1/2, and I can't get down a bit so that I've got it pushed up to the top of the trimmer and all level, not all skew with. So that gets scored there. Now I think, oh no, I've got to use that again, so I just want to, I'm going to put that. I've got things everywhere here. I've got a friend coming tomorrow for a crafty day, and trying to get something organised, because we find that if we're organised with what we're going to do, sorry, I'll work out which way that's meant to go in a minute once I've scored all here. So that goes, took me a minute because I was doing it from her instructions and then I was all confused. So that gets, this bit here gets adhered together, but before we do that, we're going to put a little pencil mark at the halfway mark here, which that is actually about 10 1/2. It's just a smidge less, or can we do it? You can do it either way. You can do it, so that's 4 1/8, or you want to do it just right on the edge, because you've got to see where that is. So that's 4 1/8. We want to do 2 1/16, which is a bit of a silly measurement, but it works. And then we're going to, I think you've probably all guessed what I'm going to do here. This is, we've done a bigger easel card. This one will fit in a normal a normal sized envelope. I think you call them A5, do you? I'm never sure what the proper name for them is. I'm just making sure you've got that there and that you guys can see before I do it. No, I'll push it up here a bit, I think, so that you can see a bit better. So on my pencil mark and on my score mark here, can you all see that? I'm going to cut so that I've got like a triangle piece there, or a diamond shape or whatever, on an angle anyway. So you don't want to do it from the point down, because sometimes it grabs on the point. And then I'm going to do, you guessed it, the same on the other side. So again, coming from this side down to the point, which is the eraser. I don't think I need the trimmer again, unless I make a mistake. But I'm not going to do that, am I? No. Now, I'm just playing by ear here, so I'm thinking it's only cardstock if I mess it up, but I'm not going to mess it up, am I? So you're going to adhere those two pieces closed. So that's your book fold. Okay, so it goes like that, and then that sits up like that, but then we're going to decorate it, aren't we? So written myself out a bit of a list here. My decorations are in there. I'm going to do it a little bit different from my sample bit, and I see I've forgotten to adhere these together before I started. I was going to do that. Where's my, because I've folded my book fold piece, this piece here, and I've got them all written, but as I said, they've all fallen off. So not sure what that was. It's, where's the measurement for this for you? So I've got 1 inch piece, have I? So what have I done here? Just got to work myself out and figure out what I did. So this is, I'll just measure it for you because of all my, I don't know if it's such a good idea to have them all on post-it notes, because the sticky doesn't stick, ends up falling off. So this piece here, the gold piece, is 1 1/8 by 3 7/8. Have I written that down somewhere? Yeah, I have. It's this one here. Just had that many bits everywhere. So it's 1 1/8 by 3 7/8. And I forgot to write. See, I was halfway through. I'm half asleep today. A 1 inch by, and I've forgotten to write what it was by, which would be 3 5/8, I presume. Yeah, hang on. No. 3 7/8, 3 3/4. That's 3 3/4. Okay. So we're going to adhere that to that first, and I probably shouldn't be using wet glue. You've got to be careful it doesn't ooze out on your gold, but because it's easier and I love it, I am going to use it, and hopefully it won't ooze out everywhere. And of course we're going to use By the Bay as the stamp set for this one. So we're going to pop this one on here. I probably could have had that a bit longer actually. I'm going to go with it today. That's 4 1/8. Probably should have come back to 4 actually. You guys can do that when you do mine. It's not going to affect my card all that much. Now I had that onto there, I think. Pick it up. I'm probably, you need to move my camera again, do I? Can you see? Maybe bring it towards me a bit. I'll just stick this on while I'm doing that. Yeah, that's better. Oh, what's happening with my filming lately? I always seem to be in the wrong spot. The only thing with your foil is it slips around a bit. Be careful you hold on to it till it's dry. Now, where's my DSP gone? Gone walkabout. I'll find that in a sec. I'll put this other bit of gold on here. Oh, here it is up here anyway. We'll do the other bit of gold though. Because it's got gold in the paper, probably a bit hard to see. I did show you the whole piece. It's the one with the crabs on it. A little bit tricky, this design, because you're going to have your diamonds are going to be like that, so you don't really want, well, I wasn't going to cut up this beautiful paper and it didn't work, put it that way. I wanted a sort of a paper that would be kind of direct, not non-directional, and I was going to put that, where's my other card, as my, well, I think I will use that as my art piece because the crab's sideways, I'm actually going to, I was going to do this anyway, but I'm going to put a piece of white over there, basic white, and I'm going to do my decorating on top of that. So for that reason, because this one looks better, I feel, in that direction. So that's going to be the one you see the most of, okay? Yeah, so when my friend comes tomorrow, I've been trying to figure out how to, I haven't started yet, but trying to figure out how to make a pop-up vase card. So I've just been watching a couple of different people doing videos to see which person looks the easiest to follow, because I don't want to make a mistake. And I've decided so I saw a beautiful one on our demo party planning group the other day, and they'd used the new, where did I put them? You've all got your catalogues, you'll know the Dainty Delight flowers. She'd used them and it looked beautiful. But there's other ones using the sending flowers, and I thought, well, still got some. I was going to do a couple for birthday cards for different people, and I've still got the watch what you're doing and stop yakking. So this one was going to go in here, wasn't it? Yeah, so who did I watch? And she put her bottom one on first, but I put my top one on first because that doesn't have anywhere else to go. It's got to be, actually, watch what you're doing, because that can only go on here. It doesn't get stuck on that bit just here. And I didn't want to leave a border around because it's the exact, I don't want him upside down, so, because you will see him a bit. I just line that up, and if you've got better eyes than I do, you'll be able to see that better than I. And if you can see there, where are we? Depends how good a cutter you are too. how accurate a cutter you are with your trimmer. You can see that it hasn't really made, you haven't got a little bit more that side than that side, but that's probably me. And it's fine on the back, so to use the, for us in Australia, to use the smaller measurement works fine. So then we're going to put this here, and I used wet glue because I wanted to be able to move it around so that it would, which way do we want that? Probably that way. So that I could position it exactly where that one goes. I felt that was better than trying to do it the other way around, because like I say, that hasn't got anywhere else to go. It's got to go there. That can probably go. You've got a few seconds to straighten that up too. Okay. Now, oh, I've forgotten to cut a piece for this bit here, and some gold. Just as well I didn't put my gold away. Now, do a little bit of stamping. What have I got? Thought we might. I didn't know whether we'd need to stamp here, because like I said, I haven't done this particular one. I've done the card fold, but I did mine different because I didn't want two cards the same. Okay, I thought I might just use that with some Sahara sand, just for a bit of a base. Is that Sahara sand, or I've grabbed Smoky Slate. Told you my eyes were bad. Can't even tell my colours. Just gonna do probably just that. Probably don't even need to do that, I'm not sure. And I'll just show you. I stamped, which ones? I think I stamped these two and die cut them, but I've already stamped and die cut them, so you won't have to watch me do that. So I used Sahara sand for my shells. Mightn't be quite big enough a piece, but it's just a scrap piece. And oh yeah, I was going to, where'd that come from? I was going to actually emboss the sentiment, so I was going to stamp that now, but I won't because I want to emboss it. So let's just get our decorations done. Can go in the bin. Which are in the envelope. Where to put them? Oh, or did I get them out? No, I didn't get them out. This, as Denise was saying the other night when she rang me, she's made, isn't she clever? She has made 3 pop and flap cards. Just makes me smile when my customers use my videos to create what I've created. I inspire them to create a card. So isn't she clever? Did it all by herself. So I thought, not quite sure if that's too long. I thought we could use that, which these pieces are all been cut. Whoops. Bent my, oh, I bent him. You might not see that anyway. I'm just gonna see whether, no, I think I wanted that one, not that one. Just because it's a different colour gold. Maybe I want that, This was what I wasn't sure of. Maybe I want that up a bit higher. You wouldn't believe how, or you probably would believe, how long it took me to fiddle with this to get this right. Or did I use two of them? I had it perfect before and I knew once I put it away and tried to pull it out again that I wouldn't be happy with it. What else did I have there? Did I have something else? I've had two of them. Okay. Do I do that? Something like that. 4 or 3. Now I've got to decide whether I want, because that's going to go there on the front. Probably should have a piece of gold behind that as well, shouldn't I? I'll grab out my gold in a sec. Oh, no, I haven't done a piece of white there. Geez, I'm slack today. But I don't like having 4s. What else have I cut out? Where's my dies? So what else I can use out of here? I don't know that I want to bring in any. I tried to use some of the shells out of, what's it called, the chic dies, but they didn't work. They're too big for what I wanted to do. They would work, but they're just too big for this. Maybe a little one, maybe that little one there. And that like that. And do we need anything at the back? Do we need to texture it, do you reckon? Anyone talking to me? Hi Glenda. Hi Joy. Hi Margaret. Hi Diana. Hi Richard. So put these away, otherwise they're gonna disappear on me. It's good to have little bits and pieces, even if they're not the right colours. You can position them to where you think you want your bits and pieces to go, and then you can cut out the correct colours if you want to. Now, texture that or not? I might just pick those up. Now I've got them where I want them. I might actually texture that, but I'm not sure with what. Looking for the painted texture. Yeah, this one. I'm just going to quickly run that through over on my die cut and emboss machine. I'm going to put it, I'll bring back over the camera. Can't see what I'm doing over there, can you? That's this one here, painted texture, just to give it a little bit of texture, as the name says. So I'm going to put it where there's a fair bit of texture in there. So just a sec, go over that. And I might like to, where did my ink go? I might like to just lightly, running out of sponges. I want a light brown, I don't want a dark one. There's a spare one over here. So I just want to lightly go over that. Probably should have been blue, but anyway. Didn't want to introduce just a bit of blue to a whole Sahara Sand and Gold card, really. That just makes the texture pop. Now I've got to try and remember where I had those bits. We're just going to wing it. My trusty wet glue, and it's going everywhere. Oh, even on my finger? Get off. It's warmed up today. I don't have the aircon on, but I probably should. I'm not going to layer because I'm feeling lazy, and I just want to get these adhered down. We might pop the whole thing up. Oh, get off. Get off. The whole square, we might pop that up, I think. So, just want to pop, making sure we're in the right, this up here so you can see. I'm going too low down again. Now I've got no idea where I had anything. Oh, come on. You fiddly little thing, get off me. I think I need to have that up higher so that I can better position my shell. It's not going to matter if it goes off the page a bit because we've got room. And even though that's bent, that'll be fine. Now, I had one of these at the back. I don't guess it matters which one. Or did I have two at the back? Maybe, oh, goodness me. Maybe I did have two at the back. Maybe I can put that and that one poking out there. And this one here. Maybe I don't need that one. I don't think I need that one. So now I'm going to cut another piece of gold for that. I want to do a bit of cutting now because I've been so out of this world, so tired and not concentrating what I had to have done. So I think that would just make that pop a little bit more. So I know I've got a whole new sheet of gold. 2 1/8. It's that piece, wasn't it? I think. Let's measure just in case. I'm here. Can't pick anything up. 2, so what if we do, there are only little borders on everything else, so we'll do 2 1/8. I do know I've got to, oh, was I going to do that? 2 1/8. I was going to be lazy and just use the other gold for the border for my punched sentiment, but I'm actually thinking this might look better, a bit more uniform. 2 1/8. Just making sure it's 2 1/8 at the top. You can't see once it's over there. So that strip will be handy for that. 2 1/8. 2 1/8. Probably need to use that for the other, I do, for the other bit of designer series paper too. So let's just get that on there first. So it's got time to stick. Doesn't matter which way we put it. Does once we get it on the card, of course. that can go there. Oh, I'm liking this. I am liking this. This is the thing. I can't just do a different design unless I copy exactly. I've got to work it out as I go, which is why I wasn't organised with the embossing and so forth. Now I think I know I want to use a piece of this gold, not the other gold, for my sentiment, because we've got to pop that up. Because if you've made an easel card before, you know that you need to pop the sentiment up. So I thought we'd emboss, but let's cut our Designer Series paper first on our gold. So I'm going to do the same measurement as the top, otherwise it's going to look strange. So I did that 3 7/8, and I should have stuck that on before I did that, shouldn't I? I just like to make things difficult for myself. So that section there is, it's 2 inches, is it? Can't really measure now. I'd say it's 2 1/16, I'd say. So if I make that, because that's fairly close to the edge there, if I make it 1 let's do 1 7/8. 1 7/8 by 1 7/8 by 3 7/8. Okay. Do that now. That's not going to work, is it? 3 7/8. Hang on, that would work. What am I thinking? I'll go this way. 3 7/8 by 1 7/8. See what that gives us. When you do this, you'll have this adhered before you do. I probably should have gone a bit fatter. Never mind, we're going to go with that. I don't think that looks strange. And we're going to go about 1/8 of an inch down with our paper. So that's 1 3/4 by 1 3/4 by 3 3/4. 1 3/4 by 3 3/4 with our paper. Now I've just got to find the paper. 1 3/4 by 3 3/4. Where are you? One 3/4. Of course you're going to move. By 3 3/4. Hopefully I've cut that right. Perfect. I think that's all the cutting now that I've got to do. Just glue that down and glue that on. It'll be a bit tricky to get that on, but we shall manage. Just making sure that's adhered. You don't want to put it on there and it's moved. I've done that many a time. And then we're going to sneak that in there. As I said, it'd be easier to do it once the, make sure I haven't made any boo-boos. It'd be easier to do that before you put all your decorations on. I don't think it matters which way that goes because it's side to side. As I said, just going to sneak that in there. It's not too hard, just would be easier if you didn't have it all together. You'd be able to line it up a bit better. But I think that's pretty good, is it? A bit crooked there. Looks crooked to me, but my eyes are crooked. Yeah, now we just need to, I think I want to emboss the sentiment. I'll just grab a scrap out of here. Have my duster. Versamark. Sentiment. Where'd my happy birthday get to? Where did you go? You were here a minute ago. Oh, here. Didn't look like words upside down. Okay. That can go about in there. So I need to punch that out. I won't put that away in case I mess it up. And I have got a ring around there. Don't you hate that? Might have come off, it might not have. I'm actually going to try that again. Need to probably trim that stamp set, or did I go too hard? I'm just gonna use my duster again. I brought the whole thing with me. So I'll do it a bit lighter. Let's see if that worked any better. Sometimes you can still see a halo when you heat it, when you've already done one. And if it's a good one, well, you've got two. One for next time. Won't put that up just yet. Full of confidence tonight, aren't I? Okay, let's. Oh yeah, they both worked, although this has got a few blotches on there. The other one's me. The second one is better, so we can put that up. Now we'll punch this one out with our double oval punch. I just love this punch, and this one, this greeting comes from, I need to put a bit off that because it's not going in the punch as far as I'd like. It comes from Palm, I used the other day, Palm something, Palm Retreat, or is it here somewhere? Should be, because, oh, it's here, right here. Paradise Palms. Yeah, it was Palm something or other. Which was my good one? that one. Just because I wanted to centre that in the punch. Can you all see that? I'll probably locate that one. No, I probably won't. If it's not perfect, you don't. It always bothers you, so you have to fix it. So it's no point. No point keeping imperfections, is there? Now I just threw that down and it didn't land where it was meant to go. Okay, just a bit of wet glue on there, and then he needs a dimensional. Oh, I was going to dimensional my front piece, wasn't I? I forgot. Never mind. I think it's thick enough with all the layers. It's a lovely, cute, happy birthday, that one. I use it a lot. Now, in there, oh, I've stuck that down. I should have had. I'll show you another one. This is how it's supposed to go. What have I done? I've done something amiss. Oh yeah, it's just supposed to go like that, and then you would have to, I didn't think of that, you'd have to put your message on the back. So I haven't done anything wrong, except I should have had that on a white bit, but I think it looks fine on a, I was thinking if you were stamping on, if you were writing on it, you'd want it on a white piece, but I think it's fine, so I haven't actually messed up, and I've saved myself a bit of cardstock. So let's put some dimensionals on our, I'll show you that blue one properly in a sec. But I actually really quite like both now that this one's finished. I didn't think I would, because as you probably have gathered, I'm not really into browns. But we do need them occasionally, so I just want another little, grab these little ones out. Another little area there. But I do love, some of the neutral cards are really lovely. So, yeah. And then we've just got to find how to embellish this little beauty. And I think it is a little beauty. I'm going to go up there, about there. You can put this wherever you want. Make sure your oval is centered. So you have the same amount on the same amount. You probably can't really see how pretty that is. I'll do that. Now, we really want gold, I think, or do we want, I did leave these out, thinking maybe they would go. Let's see what the pearls look like, because the pearls go with this set. So let's see. My other one, I put the pearls in the sand, but I haven't really got any sand on this one. Put, not too sure. Could we put one there? They're rather big, but they're not offensively big, if that makes sense. I want two together there though. Maybe just one underneath the happy birthday. How about that? I'll pick it up so you can see. Yeah, there's some other new ones which possibly would have worked, but we won't pull them out because we didn't use them. Iridescent pastel gems, those guys are. So that's my, I actually am rather chuffed with that. I think it is beautiful, if I do say so myself. And here's my little blue one. With this one, I used the dies. Where are they? I've misplaced the dies now, just as well. I didn't need to cut anything. Of course, I don't want them. Anyway, it's got a, I showed you last time, it's got a strip where you can cut sand. So I did 2 strips of that. I used the new Subtle Fine Shimmer, which is actually, it's Fresh Freesia Soft Succulent and Gold. I did show you this before. And I thought, well, mint macaron, however you say that, is included in this set, so I didn't find that colour, the soft succulent, that far away from the mint macaroon. Usually things, so that's mint on there and it goes pretty nicely. And then I've, that's out of the names of things escape me. That's out of this pack, the gold and rose gold, the little 6x6 ones. And stamped the shell in Sahara Sand, that one in Petal Pink, that one in Night of Navy, and then I've gone over it with some Sahara Sand ink. This one I've used the greeting out of Paradise Palms, wishing you a warm and beachy kind of day. And I've used the scalloped rectangle punch, but I've cut it down a bit. So I've just got the one layer there. So that lays flat like that, and that obviously will go in your envelope there. So what do you think, guys? I quite like that one. Probably this little card, and you've got two different colourways. And a card looks different whichever way you do it, doesn't it? And I just wanted to get some use out of the gold with the Sahara Sand, and I'm quite happy that I did, because actually I quite like that one, probably because it's just new, and I just think, yeah, it's so pretty. This is pretty too. Okay, I'll stop yabbering and get on with preparing some stuff for my lovely friend and I